It's a new year, a new season, and we are underway.
Really dominating fashion here today is going to win.
2, 3, 4 for the final time.
Win number 1 on the season, only just barely.
He is going to win here at the Nofsrl Speedway.
Wins the Emerson Electric 100K.
Gonna be Igor Barretto's gonna eke it out.
Cup Series champion is Shane Lake in the number 15.
Welcome to the NOF SRL.
A lot of people in the US don't typically like to sit in New Jersey, and quite frankly, we don't like you either, because hey, it's a Jersey thing. We welcome you live from the Garden State, specifically from the Trenton Raceway in Trenton, New Jersey, as we're about to kick off the festivities for the 18th race of the 2021 season for the Nofsrl Mission Barbecue Cup Series, the NJ 101.5 500. From high above the track in the press booth, my name is Trey Wright, as we once again welcome you to today's MBCS coverage from Trenton. This is the second time in series history the Mission Barbecue Cup Series has raced at this oddly shaped racing facility in the capital of the Garden State. As this was the penultimate race of the 2020 season last year that saw Cole Sampson making a trip to body armor victory lane for the second time in his career, surviving the chaos what proved to be an extremely eventful race here in the then-named Star Ledger Patriot 500. The race has been moved up a bit in the schedule for 2021, just before the midway point in this season. And oh boy, what a season it has been so far. On the right-hand side of your screen, you will see your points after 17 grueling races this season. Ryan Durrani still holds the points lead going into this afternoon's race, but has just a 29-point gap between him and last race's winner, Braden Perez, who ended up in body armor victory lane this past Wednesday in Dover in the M&M's 400. 29 points is about equal to 6 positions on the racetrack. So if Perez finishes that many cars ahead of Durrani, he will be the points leader going into the Duncan Week of Speed in 2 weeks. Given Perez's starting position of 16th on the grid today and Durrani's of 20th on the grid, I'd say this will definitely be one of the most exciting battles we will see today. But the battle for the points lead does not end there. Trey Smith, who starts on the outside pole next to Nathan Smith in the 25 G-Max Chevrolet Monte Carlo, no relation between those two drivers, also has a chance to take the points lead away, and I think has a bit of a more realistic chance at that. He starts second on the grid today. There's only 90 points behind Durrani, or that translates to about 18 positions on the racetrack. So given that Durrani is starting 20th and the 52 of Smith is starting second, that's already 19 positions. So if they are in those positions at the drop the checkered flag, Trey Smith would be your points leader going into the Hillside doubleheader to kick off the Duncan Week of Speed in 2 weeks. Mitchell Collins, your Chicagoland winner from back in June, is 4th in the points, and two-time winner this season, Aiden McCrow, rounds out the top 5 in your point standings. Bridgehampton winner from exactly 1 week ago, Josh Williamson. Phoenix winner, Zachary Davis. Homestead and Vermont winner, Madison Tall. Richmond winner, Tristan Allen. And John Andrews, who has no wins on the season so far, round out the top 10 points. As we quickly approach the Chase Cutoff race in about 5 weeks from the North Wilkesboro Speedway, your two wildcard drivers at the moment are Logan Williams, who has won at both Talladega and Pocono, and Dano Georgi, whose Daytona 500 championship puts him in the final chase position as of right now. However, we are still 10 races out before the checker flag drops at the North Wilkesboro Speedway in the ASC Die Hard 400, and plenty can change from between now and North Wilkesboro. But I think it's about high time we need to get today's race going. So let's head down trackside for the starting command to get this race in the Garden State going, ladies and gentlemen.
Drivers, start your engines!
Starting command has been given. All 40 cars roar to life on the front straightaway and turn 1 of the Trenton Raceway. Starting lineup on the left-hand side of your screen, as always, Nathan Smith won the pole earlier this afternoon. He pockets 5 bonus points to go to his outside. Like I mentioned, is Trey Smith in the good handling. Row number 2, the other 2 of Will Paris starts alongside the 46 of John Andrews with 10 points. Row number 3, your Diamond Ridge winner from a couple of weeks ago. Logan Alexander starts alongside Zachary Fitzwater in the 9. Guys, row number 4, the number 19 of Tyler Reynolds starts alongside the 07 of Daniel Bouchard. And on the starting race this afternoon is Riley Sampson in 9th, and the 26 of Brendan Gill starting in the 10th position, making sure all 40 cars have rolled off the starting grid, and they have. KFC race report at the bottom left-hand side of the screen. It's going to be a 54-lap race around this 1.48 mile kidney bean-shaped oval in the capital of New Jersey. Fuel window should be between laps 30 and 35. Should be a single-stop race for this afternoon. Like we previously mentioned, your previous winner of here at the Trenton Raceway is Cole Sampson in the 5. He starts in the 22nd position. Nathan Smith and Trey Smith lead them through the race's restart zone. We're racing in the Garden State, ladies and gentlemen. Nathan Smith will lead lap number 1. He pockets an additional 5 bonus points for leading the first lap. I thought we were under caution there, but it is such a heavy braking turn through that slow turn number 1 that oftentimes it will look like these guys are slowing down for the yellow flag as you go through turn 2A. The right-hander on the back straightaway. 3 wide here between Owen Miles, Brennan Wilmington, and Logan Williams. Williams is moving on up in the grid. Is right now Will Parrish, the 02, has found his way into the 2nd position, trying to get past the 25 of Nathan Smith, who has led all 2 1/4 laps so far in this one. Trey Smith has fallen back in the number 52 machine. So conversely, the 24 of Riley Sampson is getting off in the field. As we look back in here, Charlie Davenport in the 66, currently last in the field. There's the 38 of Ryan Durrani, and there is the 92 of Braden Perez. So right now, at the moment, given that Trey Smith is fallen to about, I think, is going to be outside the top 5 right now, Ryan Durrani will still have the points lead after this race, but it is a 54-lap race, and we're only on lap number 4, so we've still got plenty of ways to go before this battle for the points is decided. For the race lead, the 02 of Will Parrish going to have the outside lane going through the right-hander, but is going to immediately have the preferred line. It's not going to be able to get around the 25 of Nathan Smith, and it looked like your Diamond Ridge winner, Logan Alexander, was going to try and get around the 02 4th, 2nd. But right now, top 4 pulled away a bit from Trey Smith and have remained stagnant at the moment. How about Tyler Reynolds in this number 19 for Taurus? Has been pretty much non-existent throughout the majority of the season, but he has been pretty consistent, however. He's 15th in the points coming into Trenton. Who knows? We are going to Hillside in 2 weeks, and he is one of the defending winners of the Hillside doubleheader. Won the night race, the Order of the Arrow 350. Last season from Hillside, so let's see if we can go back-to-back in that race. But right now, looks like the top 6 have kind of pulled away here. Riley Sampson currently in the 6th position. There's John Andrews, Zachary Fitzwater. And I know I've been kind of loving this 26 team of Grattan Racing, but they have been doing such a bang-up job in the points right now. Ever since Stuart Grattan and David Land took over ownership of this team. David Land took over sponsoring this 26 car, but ever since they did that, Brendan Yodel has been much better. I thought I heard some contact in the back there. But we are going caution free at the moment. And Durrani is really falling back in the 38. Compared to where Perez is about where he was. He's currently in the 21st position. Yeah, he is definitely a lot more than 6 positions in front of Ryan Durrani. So at the moment, Brandon Perez will have the points lead going into Hillside. I think actually, no, Trey Smith might have the points lead. He is still in 5th. He did not have the best of starts that he could have had. That outside lane is really killer here at the Trenton Raceway, especially on the starts. Looks like the 52 car is, like we said, in a stagnant position in P5 right now as Will Parrish tries to go back to the inside of Nathan Smith. Not able to make it work off of that right-hander. I think Logan Alexander is going to try and take advantage of the Parrish making a rookie mistake and to try and roll on the outside here. Not going to be able to get the run onto the front straightaway. We're going to be door to door down the front straightaway past the start-finish line. I think Alexander might be able to gain a position of Will Parrish here if he can make that outside lane work through that slight 10 degrees banking of turn number 2. Who really knows here, but what we do know is the 25 of Nathan Smith, your Charlotte winner from earlier this season, has led all 9 laps so far. About to lead all 9 laps so far in this one. Pretty uneventful race thus far. But like we were saying, with this 26 of Brendan Yodel, 3rd in the owner's points at the moment, has really improved in the driver's points so far. Like we said, we are only about 9 or 10 races away from the finals. So Yodel's running right now. He's running top 10 consistently inside the top 10. Who knows? Maybe you could take this luck into the Duncan Week of Speed in 2 weeks. Take this momentum and get some good results there in that Dodge RT for Grattan Racing. And that'll be one of the few international teams we've got in the season, in the series. Trey Smith really struggling to roll through the corners. He's fallen outside the top 5. Let's see where Brayden Perez is. He has actually gained quite a few positions. I think he is inside the top 15. No, he's just inside the top 15 right now. So Perez would have the points lead coming out of this one. Smith really struggling here in the middle stages of this one. Has been a caution-free race so far. If you're just tuning in, Logan Alexander is going to try and make the inside lane work this time on Will Parrish. I think given that the inside is a little bit more preferred than the outside lane, yeah, that 20 Mountain Dew Chevrolet Monte Carlo is just going to roll right into second, roll right through the corner. He's going to try and set his sights on the 25 of Nathan Smith. Single file throughout a lot of the field right now. I did tell the drivers not to be as aggressive, and this isn't the penultimate race of the season, so it's not aggressiveness is not going to be at 109 like it was last year, 110 as what it felt like last season. A nice calm race, and a nice calm race comes what every diehard racing fan loves, and that is strategy. We're about midway through the fuel run in about 2 laps, like I mentioned earlier. Laps 3 and 35, so it should be a single stop race as was aforementioned. So we'll just see how strategy plays out in this one. Obviously there aren't any stages if you've been watching this series for the past year and a couple of weeks. In fact, it had just crossed over the 1-year anniversary at the time of recording this of the Mission Barbecue Cup Series' existence here on NASCAR Nerd 34. Look back in here, Cameron Garlington was just outside the top 10 in points. Doing fairly decent. Actually, he's not doing fairly decent. He is second to last in the field right now. Caleb Rose, who had a couple of good races, stretching from Chicagoland to, actually no, from, if I'm not mistaken, Charlotte to Chicagoland, so only 2 weeks of good races. So Once again, finding himself in the back here. And there's Ryan Durrani, who is 36th in the field right now. Not having the run he would like, especially to keep that points lead that he has been severely hemorrhaging over the past couple of races. Back up at the front, looks like Logan Alexander is trying to draw a bead on the back bumper of that G-Mac Monte Carlo that Nathan Smith drives. We're just going to have to wait and see what these guys can do, but I think Alexander is steadily closing in on that 25 of Nathan Smith. And how about Will Parrish? Right at the bottom of the points going into Trenton. And his best finish this season was a 10th at Kansas, and he got spun around in the process of getting to that on behalf of Cameron Garlington. And Alexander is going to try and make the outside lane work. I don't think he's going to be able to, he's not going to be able to get around Nathan Smith, obviously, and I think he's going to fall back into the clutches of Will Parrish. Right now, 16 down of the scheduled 54 in the NJ 11.5 500 from Trenton. If you are just tuning in, Nathan Smith has led all 16 of those laps. He's looking for his second win of the season. One at Charlotte. Trying to do another track. And Alexander once again trying to make the outside lane work. Actually, Will Parrish is going to go with him. He's losing a bit of time to Nathan Smith through the corner, but not as much as he was. So I think Will Parrish, Dodge RT, might see something that might be seeing the same thing that Logan Alexander is seeing on the outside lane. But nonetheless, I don't think Will Parrish is going to want to screw up this run that he's having right now. Alexander now is going to move down the inside. Now transition to the outside. Now transition back to the inside. He's going to have an edge. He's going to have a side panel on the 25 of Nathan Smith. Will Parrish moves back up the racetrack. Is Smith going to be able to get the run off the corner? No, he's not. He had to check up to prevent from hitting the wall. That's going to give second to Zachary Fitzwater. Dives down the pit lane. At the line, Logan Williams will lead lap number 18. Is not sure if something is amiss on the Bass Pro Shops 9 of Zachary Fitzwater. Doesn't sound like he's down a couple cylinder. Doesn't sound like he's down a cylinder. Not sure what the deal is there, but this is definitely not a scheduled pit stop. Right now, Nathan Smith is going to lose third to Will Parrish, and might lose fourth to Tyler Reynolds. Got 20 of Logan Alexander, There's a thing or two about winning this season, like we have mentioned a couple of different times. Won the Rocket League 500 back on June 19th, if I'm not mistaken, from the Diamond Ridge Super Speedway. Right on his tail. Have been right nose to tail for the majority of this race. Fitzwater still on the pit lane. I'm not sure what the deal is on this 9 machine, but it's once again going to be a poor finish for Fitzy. Now Nathan Smith is just stuck up on the outside lane as we are 20 down, I should say, through the scheduled 54. Fitzy's still on the pit lane. We'll see here in a couple of seconds. Fitzwater's still on the pit lane. I have no idea what's the issue with that 9 machine. But it's not going to be a win in the cars for Fitzy, which I know he would absolutely love. Given how this race has been playing out, it might be a last place finish for the 9. It's going to go 2 laps down here. Still on the pit lane. You just gotta hate it for Zachary Fitzwater, really. The top 2 have pulled away. Tyler Reynolds holds the final podium position at the moment, and there is Logan Williams, about to be up inside the top 5 to get around this 25 of Nathan Smith, who has been losing positions very, very quickly. John Andrews, who is right on the bubble in the points, currently 10th in the points, would love to get a win. He's the only driver inside the top 10 in points besides Trey Smith and Ryan Durrani, who does not have a win. It was very surprising. But I don't know, he has had a really roller coaster of the season of the last couple of races in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. So it's good to see him up inside the top 10. Currently running P7 at the moment, but about to be under fire for 26 of Yodel. Smith continues to lose positions as Alexander and Parrish continue to break away from this top pack as we close in on the halfway point. Has been a caution-free race so far. We'll see if anybody decides to pull the strategy game early on. Fitzy's still on the pit lane, so currently 4 laps down. I have no idea what the issue is there. Would have been a pretty calm race other than Fitzy diving onto pit lane for an unscheduled pit stop. Back in here. That's pretty much the field. Pretty much only single and double file throughout the majority of the field so far. Logan Alexander goes to complete lap number 24 to begin lap number 25 of the schedule 54. 30 to go here from Trenton. Riley Sampson moves down to the inside of Logan Williams. That will be for the 4th position. The battle for 6th heats up between Nathan Smith and 26 of Brendan Yodel. How about Ethan Lewis in the 79 here? Trying to make that a 3-car battle for 6th, but it's going to fall back into the battle for 8th, between him and John Andrews. That is going to be a side-by-side battle. Braden Perez has gotten around the 52 of Trey Smith, so given that Durrani is still in the boondocks at this point, Durrani 35th compared to Perez's 11th. Perez will definitely have the points lead exiting Trenton. Just you can't have a bad string of races like this, especially when you don't have any wins to fall back on. Fitzy's still on the pit lane there. The next time by will be the halfway point in the NJ11.5500. And we are steadily closing in on pit stops. As Will Parrish is going to try and get past the 20 of Alexander for the race lead before the cycle of pit stops begins. Might have something on him here. Nope, not going to have an edge going into turn number. Whoa, no! Something amiss on the O2 of Parrish. That is definitely not a scheduled pit stop. Oh my God, you've got to feel for Will Parrish at this point. Was having such a good run. He's going to stall on the racetrack. Not sure if that's going to be a caution flag or not. He's going to teleport back to pit lane. Absolute heartbreak for the O2 of Will Parrish. And it's just at the halfway point. And halfway home through the NJ 101.5500, 2 drivers with mechanical issues. I'm not sure. Oh, we got guys coming down the pit lane. Tyler Reynolds and Ethan Lewis going to try and do a little bit of an undercut here for their lone pit stop of the race. We'll see how that strategy plays out. Daisy Johnson is going to join them on the pit lane as well. Going to follow along here with the 19 of Tyler Reynolds. See what his pit crew can do. I imagine it's just going to be 4 fresh Hoosier tires and filling that gas tank full of octane racing fuel. And that is the call that we are hearing from the 19's pit box. Logan Williams, Logan Alexander, and Logan Williams. And here's the rest of the field coming down the pit lane. No Stapleton. The 99 of Tall, the 0 of Colton Yeo will stay on the racetrack and attempt an overcut. And Dano Georgi runs into the back. And a stack up on the pit lane. Charlie Davenport and the 28 of, Cameron Garlington run right into one another on the pit lane, and they're going to retire from the race. Now here's some more contact on the pit lane. That's the 81 of Jordan Lopez and the 5 of Cole Sampson, your defending winner here from last season. There's Logan Williams exiting the pit lane. just behind Logan Alexander in the 20. Will Parrish was able to get back out there. Currently 2 laps down. Gonna see what timing and scoring says. There's Colton Yo. There's Nathan Stapleton trying to find Madison Tall in the pit lane. Brendan Yodel remains on the pit lane. Something amiss on the 26. The commentator's curse is striking a lot here. The 25, Nathan Smith still on the pit lane. There's Yodel exiting the pit lane. So is John Andrews. I'm not sure if Nathan Smith and Trey Smith. I'm not sure what the deal is with those guys. Says Madison Tall is still on the racetrack, and Mitchell Collins was without a hood, so a lot of these guys are having trouble coming down the pit lane. There's Tall coming in for her pit stop. Same with the 42 of McCrow. Actually, I'm not sure if McCrow just had damage coming on the pit lane. Same with Keegan Thompson. Thompson is now without a hood. A lot of guys not being able to figure out on the pit lane, and 2 of them are your top 2 guys that started on the grid. Chaos here on the pit lane. Just past the halfway point, there's Jordan Lopez still on the pit lane. Not entirely sure what to say there. I believe 20 of Logan Alexander is currently your race leader at the moment, about to put the 46 of John Andrews a lap down. See what timing and scoring says. Yep, Logan Alexander has the race lead at the moment, with just about 22 laps remaining in this one here from Trenton. Tyler Reynolds has gotten around Logan Williams for second. Let's see if any of these guys are able to get past Logan Alexander for the race lead. It has been a caution-free race so far, which I am very surprised by. Right now, a lot of guys a lap down, 27 cars on the lead lap. Trey Smith and Nathan Smith still in the pit lane, so Trey Smith really hemorrhaging points. Obviously, Fitzwater has remained on the pit lane for about 12 laps, so not sure what the deal is with him there. Right now, 10 and a half laps remaining. It looks like it's just going to be full sail for the 20 of Logan Alexander, in search of a second win on the season. That'll tie him for the, whatever it's called, the wild card position. Yeah, he would be able to fall back on a second win, the wild card position, with Logan Williams. So, from guys like Dano Georgi, Tristan Allen, who's been on the bubble, Keegan Thompson, Eric Monaco. Someone has come back down the pit lane. Not sure who that is. Actually, I think it's the 81 of Jordan Lopez finally coming back onto the racetrack. Nathan Smith and Trey Smith are back out on the racetrack, several laps down. They are each 3 laps down, 4 laps down, make it. It's been a crazy race. It's not been a good race for a lot of drivers, unfortunately, but a race it has been good for. It's been this 20 of Logan Alexander, who at the moment is about 2 seconds ahead of Tyler Reynolds. Just not sure what to make of this race so far. It has been quite the interesting race. See what the intervals are that last time by. Yeah, 0.3 of a second have been gained for Logan Alexander, and he has just put the car in 4th permanently and is just riding this thing till the end. Ethan Lewis gets around the 19 of Tyler Reynolds. That is for the 2nd position. Hey, anything can happen. Logan Alexander can have some sort of mechanical issue, and it could be a 3-car battle for the race lead, which that would be incredible to see. Just can't count out anything happening, but right now, the 20 car is absolutely on rails. Has led the most laps in this one. Obviously has led a lap. Looks like he's played the strategy game to perfection. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Williams and 19 Tyler Reynolds. They keep it straight for now. Let's get you a bit of a full field rundown. There is Brendan Yodel, who's on the pit lane for an extended amount of time. He is currently 26th, right with his car number on the grid. There's Ed McCrow in front of him. Caleb Rose, Will Parrish. There's Caleb Rose. There's Will Parrish, Jordan Lopez, Mitchell Collins, Cole Sampson, your defending winner here. Last time we were at Trenton, probably not going to be the same for this season. 40 of Dustin Davis, 25 of Nathan Smith, your pole sitter, is not having a good day in this one so far. There's Tristan Allen, your Richmond winner. In front of him is Ryan Zerani in the number 38. Who is not going to be the points leader after this currently. Not sure. There's Durrani and Braden Perez is inside the top 10. Trey Smith in 52, definitely not going to be the points leader. Eric Monaco, Zachary Davis. There's the other Buck Racing car of Juan Rodriguez. With 15 laps to go, there's Nelson Reeves. In front of him is the 07 of Daniel Bouchard, the 88 of Landon Smith Jr., the 97 of Nathan Stapleton, the 91 of Derek Hamill, the 14 of Keegan Thompson, the 99 of Madison Toll, the 98 of Josh Williamson, Nathan NS Racing, all within a blanket. There's Daniel Georgi, who made contact on the pit lane with someone, Cameron Garlington, I believe it was, your Daytona 500 champion. There's Noah Clifton. There's the 62 of Brandon Wilmington. There's Ryan Benjamin, Owen Miles, guys who's probably going to be your points leader in about 14 laps. The 92 of Brandon Perez. There's Daisy Johnson, who's having a good 6th place run. 19 of Tyler Reynolds, who's just inside the top 5 on the racetrack. There's Logan Williams. Riley Sampson looking for his best finish of the season. Ethan Lewis has gotten around the 0 of Colton Yeo, but Colton Yeo is going to get right back around the 79 of Ethan Lewis. 4 seconds ahead of those guys. The 20 of Logan Alexander, who's right in the thick of lap traffic, but looks like he's going to get around McCrow with ease. I believe we are looking for our first caution-free race of the afternoon, or of the season, I should say. So that would indeed be something. Fitzy's still in the pit lane. I don't know what they're trying to do. He is 23 laps down. So I really don't know what the deal is with Zachary Fitzwater. Alexander rolling around the outside of Caleb Rose to put him a lap down. Coming around to 11 laps to go in this one. Compared to the absolute 5 caution chaos that was last year's race, this has been quite an interesting one. Strategy really didn't come into play. Maybe it was just going to be a one-stop race. Fuel mileage wasn't going to be an issue. Logan Williams is absolutely putting on a clinic here at the Trenton Raceway. But that's all going to change in about 2 weeks when we kick off the Duncan Week of Speed with 5 races in the span of a week inside the state of Massachusetts. We begin with the doubleheader from the Hillside International Speedway. I forget if it's Speedway or Raceway. I feel like it's, I'm going to say Speedway at the moment. But the Hillside International race, I don't know. From Hillside, it's going to be a doubleheader from Hillside. We know that. And then that'll be on Saturday the 24th in exactly 2 weeks' time. July 26th will be the RaceSidecast.com 300K from the Papyrus Motorsports Park. That should be a fun one. They have revamped that track. Craftsman 500 will be from Boston on Wednesday the 28th. And then to wrap up the Duncan Week of Speed will be the Coca-Cola 500 from none other than the Coca-Cola Super Speedway on Friday the 30th of July. And that should be a fun week and a little bit of a more incentive for this race, for those races. If any single driver can win 3 of the 5 races, they will be winning $50 from yours truly. They win 4 of the 5 races, they'll win $75. And if one single driver sweeps a week, $100 will be given to said driver who is able to do that. Similar to the Winston No Bull that they did back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And this has been an absolutely no bull showing for the 20 of Logan Alexander, who is right now tattooing the field in this one. 6-second lead. We've got to go all the way back. The most interesting battle is the battle for third right now between Lewis, Logan Williams, and Tyler Reynolds. And that's including this battle is Brandon Perez and the 53 of Daisy Johnson and potentially Owen Miles in this one. Right now, let's just see the increasing interval is almost 6 seconds is the gap between Logan Alexander and Riley Sampson at the moment. And not really much to commentate about, except that Logan Alexander is absolutely murdering the field at this point. He's gotten around the 26 of, not sure who that is, Brendan Yodel, who had a good start but had trouble on the pit lane. That's going to negate him to, I believe, a 20-something finish. 25th position, 25th finish. So not the run that he would like. Fitzy is still in the pit lane for some reason. They're going to be finishing last, so regardless. So they might as well just pull it behind the wall at this point. I think, I don't know. This battle for third is really heating up with 5 to go this time by. Yeah, Logan Alexander is already entering turn 1. These guys are just entering the front straightaway with 5, count them, 5 laps to go from the Trenton Raceway. An absolute dominating performance has been put on by the 20 of Logan Alexander, but we can't count out anything happening yet. Kyle Larson blowing a tire in the final corner at Pocono happened this season in real-life NASCAR. Of course, Hoosier tires, racing wires, are a lot better than Goodyear tires, and tire failures don't typically happen here at the in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series, or just an NR 2003 for that matter. So, 7 seconds is the distance between Logan Alexander and Riley Sampson. It is absolutely incredible what these cars are able to do when they get out in clean air like this. Like we said, not much to commentate about, except for the future. After Coca-Cola, we'll be back to the Saturday afternoon races after a week off. We'll be having the New York Sports 355 from Watkins Glen on August 7th. August 14th will be the Menards 500 from Indianapolis. August 21st will be the Cheez-It 400 presented by Ford from the Michigan International Speedway. That should be an interesting race. And then August 28th, we will take the top 10 in points and then 2 wildcard drivers and see who will vie for the 2021 championship for the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. Rounding turns 3 and 4 for the third to final time. Popsicle 6 in the air, 2 laps to go for Logan Alexander. Absolutely tattooing the field right now. Riley Sampson is just entering the front straightaway right now. Let's see what the interval is. 7.5 seconds between the Mountain Dew 20 and the Peak Antifreeze 24 Monte Carlo. This might be the record for the largest margin of victory in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. I would not be surprised if it is. Logan Alexander absolutely making the field his something, I cannot say. White flag in the air one more time around the Trenton International Raceway for Logan Alexander. Oh, someone was on the pit lane. Fitzy's still on the pit lane, not going to matter. That was actually the 48 of Juan Rodriguez that was on the pit lane. But through turn 2A, which has been said a grand total of 2 times this afternoon, Logan Alexander rolling through turns 3 and 4 has a 10-second lead over, appears it could be the 79 of Ethan Lewis. But on the front straightaway for the final time, absolute domination. Logan Alexander wins the NJ 101.5 500. And Let's see who comes around to be second. Ethan Lewis, excuse me, will get second. And the interval on that, if we can get back there, 1/10 a second off from 10 seconds. Holy, I don't think we have ever seen domination like this from a driver in the MBCS. Fastest lap was Braden Perez, so an additional 5 bonus points to the man that is probably most likely going to be the points leader in this. Yeah, he finished 4th in this one. Ryan Durrani finished 18th. But absolute clinic being put on by the driver of that number 20 Mountain Dew Chevrolet Monte Carlo for Stealth Motorsports. Logan Alexander is going to body armor Victor Lane for the second time this season. Makes a little bit of contact with Zachary Fitzwater entering his pit stall. But what an absolute race this was for the record books. Take a look at your standings. Logan Alexander absolutely tattooing the field. Has got exactly 9.9 seconds ahead of Ethan Lewis. Lewis gets his best finish of the season so far. Logan Williams, Braden Perez, and Brennan Wilmington. Where did Wilmington come from? He rounds out your top 5. Daisy Johnson, Madison Toll, Owen Miles, Tyler Reynolds, and Derek Hamill. Another guys, one of those guys where did they come from? Rounds out your top 10. Take a look at the rest of the rest of your field. This was a caution-free race. This was the second caution-free race in series history, if I am not mistaken. But yeah, a lot of cars a lap down due to issues on the pit lane, and Cameron Garlington, Charlie Davenport having issues getting on the pit lane. Zachary Fitzwater was 36 laps down. You can see on the left-hand side of this little viewport here. But other than cars being laps down and cars retired, like we said, caution-free race, second caution-free race in series history. Actually, no, third caution-free race. No, fourth. A lot of them events on super speedways. Unfortunately, I know Daytona, the 500 from last year, Talladega, Coca-Cola, and probably one or other two races. This is the first caution-free race from this year. I can definitely say that. And like we said, absolute dominance from Logan Alexander in this afternoon's race. He is your official winner of the NJ 101.5 500 from Trenton. But yeah, that's going to be a wrap here from the Garden State. For now, we are not done racing in the Garden State this season. Obviously, the season finale from the New Jersey Motor Speedway will be held in early November, if I'm not mistaken. But for now, we are done racing in what many people consider to be the armpit of the United States, which I would strongly recommend giving that person the official bird of the state of New Jersey, which is the bird that you flip someone when you're driving on the Garden State Parkway. But like we said, that's going to be a wrap here from Trenton. Congratulations once again to Logan Alexander getting his second win of 2021 from the Trenton Raceway. And don't go anywhere next. Obviously, we will be, we will have a bit of a break. We're going to have an off week on July 17th. And then, oh boy, it is an absolute litany of races. And the weeks after that, the Duncan Week of Speed will commence in 2 weeks for a double header at Hillside, races at Papyrus, Boston, and Coca-Cola. And oh boy, that is just going to be, we're just beginning the summer stretch here in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. Or we're in the middle of the summer stretch. That really began at Pocono, really, about 2 weeks ago. But we're right in the thick of the summer stretch here, ladies and gentlemen. And this has been an interesting couple races. Oh boy, just wait till we get in the Duncan Week of Speed. When we get to the Glen, Indy, Michigan, and North Wilkesboro, that is where the intensity is going to be ratcheted up. But like we said, that's a wrap here from Trenton. I think I've said that a few different times. So congratulations once again to Logan Alexander. And we will see you in 2 weeks from Natick, Massachusetts for the kickoff race of the Hillside doubleheader for Duncan Week of Speed. Thank you guys so much for watching this edition of the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks from Massachusetts. That is all I've got. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. Here are your points after 18 races. And from the Trenton Raceway, this has been NASCAR Nerd 34, signing off.